low fidelity prototype. I should say day 1 of week 10, design a low fidelity prototype. And, I want to make sure that we're clear about this. In this moment, you are beginning to design screens. So you're beginning to design interaction points. Maybe you're thinking about this in terms of a service or a physical object or a digital interface or a combination of any of those. Sketch it out. Sketch out some rough user flows. Think about that core thing that you want to solve. Maybe it is a company that has a product that you'd like to support. Maybe it's an actual job that you've interviewed for, or you've applied for, that you're hoping to get an interview for, or maybe you're hoping to apply to. And your thought is, hey, maybe I can add this to my portfolio as a demonstration of the problem they're solving. But however you're approaching it, really make this fit something that's either a personal concern to you or a concern relative to your future employment, just to make it more interesting and start to build the brand of who you are as a designer. And I would say, think about the problem you're solving, think about the user flows, think about how those user flows may turn into page flows or state flows, and start sketching those out. But as wireframes, just images, sketchy controls, blocks of text, so on and so forth. And try to get a comprehensive enough experience sketched on paper or very, very quickly in Figma or another prototyping tool, so that you can start to see those critical areas where you have the biggest questions, right? Where there's the most uncertainty about how the application may be used, or maybe it's the highest risk area where someone could input bad information and cause problems. But get that sketched out, and then have those considerations, make time for those considerations. And this may be a good opportunity to take those sketches to someone who is a subject matter expert in the field and say, hey, I'm working on a design challenge and I sketched out my flows and I'm thinking these are the critical areas that need to be tested. What are the areas of risk for you? And get that input. But the idea is just to sort of get the ideas on page, so get that brain dump, and then start to identify those areas and get you thinking about the problem at hand. As a bonus, describe your app's core value or purpose in a couple of sentences. And this is just valuable to practice. Anytime you design something, think, hey, how would I describe this to someone in 1 to 2 sentences, and start to build that habit. It'll help you as you begin to present your ideas and share them in a meaningful way. So, really fun part of the design process, because you get to do the ideation and get ideas down on paper, and there's absolutely no risk at this point. It's just, hey, what does my idea look like? And it's one of those moments where you may find it's easy to sort of cull the ideas that maybe you wouldn't want to move forward with, but you may also discover new things that you'd like to explore. So it tends to be a fun area if you like that sort of divergent thinking or ideation space. Looking forward to seeing what everyone produces. And we will move on to day 2.